I'm about to start buying Hex. Here's why. So for the past week since the PulseChain sacrifice has pretty much ended, and we've been in this downtrend throughout the Pulse sacrifice. I was looking for a break above this resistance right here, and we got it. We got it. Burst through all the resistance levels: the 13, 30, the 34, the 200, and the 290. And we are back above the 290, well above 290 as well. So that's very bullish. Now we're having a pretty big pullback, and this is why I'm about to start buying Hex, because I'm looking for that new low. So we had our lows, low, lower low, lower low, taking out a bunch of swing highs. So we took out this one, obliterated this one, burst through this one. And if you remember in the members, I said I want to see Hex above 15 cents, and that's where I'll start FOMO buying and staking for multiple reasons, which I'll get into throughout the stream. So we're pulling back. I want to see where the low comes in. Do we hold 13.8, or do we come back down to the 200, or do we come and sweep the lows and make a higher low well down here at 12 cents? Doesn't matter to me. I'll be buying here, 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 all the way down. And here's why. Let's look at the daily. Everyone hear me okay in the chat? So on the daily, we can see that we just burst above the 13, which is the same thing as the 290 on the hourly. We burst through the 13 and we're above it. This is bullish. It's very interesting because this is like a buy the rumor, buy the news. I've never heard of anything like this. Buy the rumor, buy the news. Post sacrifice is coming, buy the rumor. Post sacrifice ended, buy the news. And we're holding up pretty good. We're having a dip right now to the 13. Let's see how it plays out for the rest of today. But it's looking good. Let's look at what I think is very bullish about this. This is Uniswap V2. This is all the liquidity. Well, not all. This is the USDC and Hex pair. 49 million Hex. There's only 49 million Hex on Uniswap V2. Okay. Let's hit refresh this because it might be a little bit higher now because there's a dump. 50.7. So an extra million just got dumped into the market on V2. 50 million Hex. Let's look on V3. We have, where is it? 28.2. So 28.2 plus 50, that's about 38. Let's go over to Nomics. What's up, chat? Click on Hex. And we'll see how much that would be. No, 78. My bad. 78. That is only $11.4 million. $11.4 million worth of USDC. Buying Hex on V2 or V3 will remove all the Hex. Will essentially remove all the Hex from Uniswap. Now, I'm sure there's going to be some slippage, so it might be more than that. I'm pretty sure it's more than that, but nonetheless, there's not much Hex for sale. And I've been watching Richard Hart streams, and he's been talking about how to really make the price pump, all you got to do is just have someone who has a lot of coins and they don't sell them. And that's pretty much the Hex community. I haven't sold any Hex. And it's crazy how PulseChain came in this time where a lot of people might have been taking profit on Hex because a lot of their stakes are ending. But he gave a reason to not sell. So this is very bullish. And looking at the hourly, let's see where it is. We're going to watch the stream and see where it goes. It's not bouncing, so I wouldn't be surprised to see us make a new swing low and test down here at 13. I also wouldn't be surprised to see it just start making a V recovery like it did last night. Last night, we had a very similar situation where I'm like, oh, okay, we're about to roll over and test the support. Nope, it's just going to keep on pumping for the rest of tonight. And you're going to wake up very happy. What's up, chat? Got my buttons right here now. What's up, guys? What's up, Kariga Dipset? Blockchain for what is best? My buttons ain't working. Pulse may just be the trigger to eliminate anything not condoned by our overlords. This sheet is gonna fly on mainnet. Yeah. So I posted a tweet yesterday. Well, Lark Davis, pretty big YouTuber, he posted a thread breaking down his thoughts on PulseChain, and basically, I can't remember because I'm blocked, but I think he basically said that Pulse is not good because it's like Hex or something like that. So basically, he said Hex was not going to do well. He was wrong about that. Then he comes out and says Pulse is not going to do well. And it's like, dude, you're wrong the first time. I mean, come on now. So then after I said that, I didn't attack him or anyway. I just made a little funny joke. I said, let's see, what did I say? Hey, I was wrong about Hex. Let me go be wrong about Pulse too. And he blocked me. Now, that is almost infuriating because I'm subscribed to him. I don't watch him. I look at his thumbnails, but I don't really watch him. He doesn't really talk about anything that I really care about, but he's pretty educational. But it's like, guys, you're wrong about it, and you're gonna continue to be wrong. Maybe take a second look, and then don't block the people who challenge you. Don't reach for engagement and then block people that engage with you. Like, you asking, you're gonna write this whole thread about Hex and Pulse and expect the community to just not say anything. The people like the cryptos, man. They're gonna defend their coins. So don't block them. So if you like Hex or Pulse, go tell Lark Davis how you feel about Hex and Pulse and tell him your experience with it, so he can play whack-a-mole and block everybody. Because that's just a very cowardly way to go about things, I think. Yeah, that really turned me off on him. Let's see. This is the weekly. Let's look at Hex on the weekly. It's very steep. Let me catch up. What's up, Alex? Haters that interviewed RH years ago when he started and even laughed in his face are playing the post game. Yeah, they're quietly in it. Don't get me wrong, there's a huge whale in this sheet controlling things, but this, with all the minnows following, yeah, like, it's not that it's like he just did an interview. Let me try and find it really quick here. He did an interview with Kitco. Kitco is a fairly large gold channel.
Ponzi.
And fairly large gold YouTube channel. And this guy asked some really good questions. He asked the good ones too. The ones that, all the FUD questions, he asked them. And every answer that Richard Hart gives is basically everybody else is doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody else is doing it. So why is it a problem when I do it? So I would definitely recommend watching this, Lark, or just interview him yourself. Like, what? Like, come on, man. Like, give the guy a, like, it's like you throw rocks and then you go, you know, hide somewhere. Like, come on, man. That's like some cowardly shit. What's up, JC? You got me out of trading. Really enjoying Glass. Keep it up. You're killing it. That's what's up, bro. Crypto Activator, what's up? Nathan Cartwright, PulseChain finna make us all millionaires 2022. Hey, man, don't expect anything like that. Hopefully it does well, though. What's up, Crypto Military Vet? BA Hex is on its way to new all-time high. I agree. That's not just because I own some. I'm bullish because of the chart. Now, it could roll over. Let's see a situation where this happened before. Well, there's not many situations where it rolled over. Let's try and find one though, where it went up and then rolled over. So here's the situation right here, where Hex looked like it was going to go up to make new highs, got back above the 13, but you know, it doesn't look as, not quite, because it didn't get across. So this looks bullish. It looks very steep. So be careful, but I'm about to buy and stake. And here's why: because of PulseChain. It's very obvious. The main coins on PulseChain are going to be Hex and USDC. There are going to be other coins, but the main ones that people are going to be playing with the most on Pulse and out the gate is going to be Hex and Pulse. So the best thing in my mind to do is buy Hex and stake it so I can get the copies, you know, and then have some on ETH too, you know. So that's just what I'm doing. What's up, T shares? Pulse will be great when it launches, but Hex is still winning. What's up, JDR Pro? Shout out to my members. What's up, Dakota? How likely is for Hex to go past $1 or $2? I remember when Hex couldn't get to 10 cents. I really know, you know what? Actually, I can't remember. I always say that, but I don't even remember that. Like, I don't remember that thought. Like, what's going to be like? I do kind of remember 10 cents. I don't remember 1 penny, but I remember 10 cents being like, I don't know. It could, but it's going to be a while. So I'm feeling like that for $1. Like, it could, but it's not that far away. So I'm feeling the same way. It could be a while, but it's really not that far away anymore. And what's going to happen at $1? It'll probably crash like it did here. But what happens after that? You know, so Hex, to be honest, is something that, I mean, it's a long-term game, but I take it day by day, or stream by stream for Richard. So he hasn't really given me any red flags lately. The only red flag from the beginning, which I'm glad I held through, was that he had all of the coins and getting all of the ETH. But you know, he's building up a good reputation with his community, man. He's building a good reputation, and he's doing it right. Like, I kind of feel like he's gonna start getting on bigger channels too. Like, he's on Kitco. Well, he's on, been on all the crypto channels already. So, you know, it's a little centralized to him, but it's going good. In a couple of months, when they announce the post snapshot, I think Hex will moon. Did you hear Richard talk about the price of diamonds and how the controlled supply drops the price just like Hex? Yeah, I guess diamonds are fake, right? So it's kind of like if diamonds are, well, they're not fake, but the supply of them there's a lot higher supply of them, and they can be created easily. So yeah, it's kind of like crypto. Y'all dumb as you didn't buy X months ago. Hex is one of those things where it's like, if you're not really into the community, you're probably not gonna get it. Let me catch up. What's up, Rethink Finance? Appreciate the 5. I have a bag of Hex, but how do I participate in the PulseChain sacrifice? God, I wish my buttons were working right now. I'd say, oh, the PulseChain sacrifice is over. It ended like 2 days ago. Going for that. Can you talk about glass? No, I can't actually. What's up, Slim Pickens? Yeah. I can't find the Hourglass website. Should be hourglass.io. Post question. If you sacrifice via Polygon, will I get copies of all the coins on mainnet smart chain as well? No, you'll just get, from my understanding, you'll just get coins that are on Ethereum. So you won't get anything that's on Polygon. What's your thoughts on such a high supply for Pulse? Probably around 150 trillion. I mean, Glass has one. It has 900 trillion. What else? What are some other high coins? What does SHIB have? SHIB has a couple trillion, right? It's normal, and it's actually, I like that because people like having a lot of coins, man. How many coins does SHIB have? I don't think SHIB has that, man. Let's see. Millions, billions. Yep, 500 trillion, right? 589 trillion. SHIB. Millions. Yep. So SHIB has a lot. All those Doge meme coins, they have a lot, so it's good. It doesn't matter. That's irrelevant, really. Like how many coins there are is irrelevant. What's important is, are people selling them? That's what's important. I'm planning to DCA Hex stakes when Y stakes expire. Half in each. Feel kind of pissed I pulled out of Hex at 1 cent. Yeah, one thing I don't do is I don't sell big bags of Hex. I just sell my interest because it's been a couple of times where I wanted to rage dump and I didn't. And I'm so glad I didn't. Where somebody in Hex said something to me, I didn't like it, and I was like, don't. I feel kind of pissed. Yeah. So yeah, Wise. Yeah, I'm same. I got a Y stake. My Y stake ends in like 2 months, I think. Yeah, he's on Bit Boy. Bit of Boy. Okay, BTC. BTC moving. We'll look at it in a sec. Plenty of people fail to realize it takes a great leader to propel a project to the moon. Yes. Yes. But at the same time, I don't think Bitcoin would have done as well if it wasn't for Satoshi being anonymous. So it's kind of yeah, it has to be. Satoshi would have had to have been really transparent person for him to be not anonymous and Bitcoin to succeed. What do you mean I can't? It was what's up, Derek? Did you sacrifice any Hex or other coins? Yeah, I sacrificed some Hex in the beginning. I can't remember how much. I'm scared to know. I think I might have did more than I would have, but most of my sacrifice was Cardano, and USDC through divs. Sacrificed like $20. Hey, if you would have put $30 in Hex at the beginning, you would have still made like 30,000 or 300,000. I can never figure it out. Maybe like 60. Something crazy. So I think it's 30. Well, 60. So if you would have put $20 in the beginning of Hex, you would have had 40,000 right now, plus interest. Yeah, I think. Waiting for the 75% dip on Hex, which always happens so far. Guessing it'll be around 6 or 7 cents in 4 to 8 weeks. Let's look. I'm almost wanting to say it just happened. This was 60. You said 75%. That would bring it down to the 200. So yeah, it could happen. But for me, I'm wanting to get those stakes in for Pulse. If I wait, I might not get that chance. The snapshot might come before, well, after. But yeah, I'll be down there with you too. Hex is fun, and the interesting thing about Hex that I was thinking about, I'm always thinking about these new ideas with Hex too. It's like, brain fart. Hold up. What was I talking about? Oh, the 15 years. So basically you have people who are kind of married to it for at least 15 years, where most coins you kind of can just come and go as you please. If you do a stake, you're going to be interested in it for at least that amount of time. So, I have 15-year stakes, so I'm going to be here until 2036, at least interacting with it. Hopefully. You know what I mean? Am I going to put Hourglass on PulseChain? No, I'm not a coder. I wish I could. That'd be dope if I could code, right? Ship has 1 trillion. Right here it says, looks like it's, am I missing something? This looks like hundreds, thousands, millions, billions. Yeah, 500 trillion. That's so quick. This thing started out with a quadrillion. What's up, Crypto Kobe? Yo, hold up. Yo, does Atomic ever give you random wrong balances? Yeah, that's why I stopped using it. It's scary. It scared the shit out of my wife one time. She thought all of her Bitcoin was gone. I'm like, no, it can't be. And then I, close it, open it, or whatever I did, and it came back. So yeah, it's janky. Probably pretty safe, but it's janky. Percent gains are percent gains, right? Can I talk about drip? Nah, I can't. For different reasons though. The new Sun token could be used on Justlin. Tron. It's failed. It's a failed project. I'm moving on. I'm still in some doubts, but I don't care about Tron. It's about opportunity cost, man. I'm really big on opportunity cost right now. Like, if I can be in something that, like, if there's something that I see coming up that I think is going to outperform Pulse, I'll probably start talking about it more, or Hex, or whatever I'm into at the moment. If I see a better opportunity, I'm going to go there. Tron, I don't see much opportunity in gains there. Doesn't matter number of coins, right? Smash the likes, we're getting it. Yes, smash the likes and take the poll. Will the OA address use its big bag of Pulse to buy P? I don't know what it's going to do, but I'll continue reading. To buy PHEX once it launches to create some price action on PX rather than it just getting a copy of Hex with no impact on the PHEX price with a snapshot. I'm like the hangover meme. I don't know. I'm seeing these numbers, 50 million, 28 million. It's not even, if he was to do that, he wouldn't even need that much. I mean, he would only need about a couple $1,000,000 to take all the Hex off of the market. And of course, as it takes it off, people will put more into the pool because they're selling. I watched the whole ad just for you, bro. That's what's up. Appreciate it. How long was it? Dump my shield back for the sacrifice. I think that might have been a good move. I started to, but I'm just like, it's down. So I'm just like, could be. These meme coins, they can go crazy. A little bit of a bleep, but not the kind of bounce, but it's very similar to here. But we're below the 13 rather than above it like yesterday. So like how we pulled back to the 13 here, now we're pulling back to the 34. So it's got to go. So it's probably gonna, I'm getting ready to buy some. I would buy here, but I'm streaming, and then I'll probably buy again in this area right here, 13 under this low, and I'll just DCA. Off stream, I'm gonna buy some though, because I found some tether. That I didn't know I had, yo. Isn't that great? It was on Tron. So let me get this off of this. You never know what's gonna happen. Like with these chains like Binance, even Binance, I'm thinking about migrating and getting off of there. Thinking about packing up my little sack with the pole and getting off of all these other chains, at least to Ethereum, where I know I'm gonna be pretty safe. I put 100 in. How much is that? You mean if it were to do as much as Hex? I think you would have about 100,000, 100K, 200K if it did with Hex, but don't expect that though. And don't expect to hodl through that either. Like, it's one thing to say, oh, if I put in 100, I'll have 100,000. Okay, but you gotta hodl through that. It's gonna be FUD at every dip. It's not just about what you're gonna have. You gotta get there. I put 40 into Hex day before big payday, current value 1,000. That's crazy. 1,500. Any large group will have some amount of toxic people, including Hex. Yes, I agree. Crypto cover with the 6. Appreciate it, bro. Trying to get a bag of H bar for what? Is it gonna outperform the entire market? Probably not. It'll probably go up though. But is it gonna go up as much as some of the other things? I don't think so. That's my new way of thinking. Is this gonna beat right now? Is this gonna beat Pulse out the gate, from the gate? H bar isn't new. So a lot of the gains are missing now. We have another green candle now, so he should be back shortly. Who? 555 gang. Yeah, I'm doing a 555 well, no, I stopped doing 555 stakes. I'm gonna get back to it. I'm doing 10-year stakes now because I learned something new. Well, I relearned something because I knew it, but I forgot. The maximum share rate you can get is 10 years. But the catch with that is, even though the maximum share rate you can get is for 10 years, like if I do a stake for 10 years, and then if I stake 1,000 hex for 10 years, I'm going to get the same amount of T-shares as if I stake it for 15 years. But I'm going to miss out on 5 years worth of yield. So, you know, just mixing it up so I get some shorter, you know. I want to have a stake ending pretty much at least once a week for the next 15 years. That's my goal. Have a stake ending, you know, betting on the long game, betting that this turns into something epic. 15-year stakes, 10-year stakes, 5-year stakes, large rotating stakes, I'm not even doing 30 days. No, I'm doing I got one big stake that I rotate 30 and 60 days, maybe sometimes a week. And then I'm doing 500-day stakes now that end every week, starting 500 days from now. And then when I get those back 500 days from now, I'll probably redoing 4,000. I get those back, I redo them. So I always have some, and they're just massive. Oh, it's going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun if it works. Trap coin thinks she'll pump again? Probably. It's got a big community, but it's got to die first. All the sellers got to get out of there. That means it might pump again, and it's going to dump on them again. That's what I think. I think we're going to have another massive altcoin pump that traps everybody and takes their money again. God. That's what happened last time, at least. What's up, crypto, bro? Yeah, fuck a time while I stopped using it again. Yeah. Had to tune into the GOAT. What you talking about, man? My guy said, if you ain't talking about Hex or Pulse, we can discuss them as long as I know they're not gonna, wreck you guys. I just gotta be more responsible with to keep it 100 with y'all. I see you guys are letters on my screen, so it's harder to see you guys as people, believe it or not. Cause if you've ever been on this side, you know what I'm talking about. Looking at a chat that's talking to you. So I have to continually remind myself that, hey man, these are people putting in $100, $20. They're smaller players who aren't experienced. So maybe don't talk about the things that probably are going to end badly soon. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things are probably going to end badly in the long run. Most things are going to end badly in the long run. But soon though, at least in the long run, you get some time to make some profit. TRX is dead. Yeah, it's done so, man. They only got a couple million or a billion TVL or something like that. I'm like, man, smart. PulseChain raised $14 billion, bro. It's whether you want to call it dashboard money or what, it's there. You know what I mean? Opportunity cost is a real thing. Don't fall in love with your bags. Rule number 1 in crypto. Yeah. I mean, even with Hex and Pulse, I love them. You know, it's going to be hard for me to not like them though, because for one, I have a lot of it. And 2, it's fun. So even if it goes down, it'll still be pretty fun to use. But yeah, opportunity cost is real, man. Opportunity cost is why I don't have more than I have now, because I played around too much in the last bear market. I did too much. After the bull run was over, I did too much. I gave a lot of it back. I gave a lot to Steam. I gave a lot to IOST. Tron I did well on, but if I wouldn't have been playing around in Tron and just focused on Hex, I would have did even better. You see what I mean? So opportunity. Yeah, take the poll. Pause. I'm catching up with the chat. I think most of the funds will be liquidity. I agree, man. I think that's what will happen. I think it'll be used for whatever they want to use it for. That's what's great is about not making promises is you don't promise anything. You can change your mind. You can say, okay, you know what? I'm going to use all the liquidity. Everything I got for the sacrifice phase, I'm going to use it for liquidity. Start adding liquidity. You're like, oh, no, this isn't a good idea. Maybe I should use it for marketing. Start using it for marketing. You're like, no, that's not a good idea. Let's do it. Let's use this. You know what? Let me put the price this time. Oh, I can do this now. You know, so no promises. It pretty much means that whatever they want to do with it, they could spend it all on watches if they want to. You know, let's see, 45-second ad. It's not bad, bro. Appreciate it. CopyZilla made you look crazy. I don't care, man. I don't think I look crazy. I think I look like a pretty nice guy. Auction Up just went to buy more Hex, and the Ethereum network fees are ridiculous again. Yeah, man. BSC is trash. I wouldn't say it's trash. I just will say the way it's set up is kind of scary. Same thing with Matic. Getting off of there too. I mean, I'm gonna hold my Matic over there, and my Quick, but the extra stuff, put it back on ETH. It's not worth the yield. Basically, that's what I mean. Like, I'm getting off of the places where the yield isn't worth it. Cake, I'm leaving that on BSC. That yield is worth it. Still like 98%. That shit is funding my Hex buying. Or, well, it was going to be funding my Hex buying. It was funding my Pulse sacrifice. It's elephant money too. The yield is worth it. But I wouldn't go into those now. I mean, it depends on what your time horizon is. It's still profitable the longer if you're gonna be in elephant money for years, it's probably still a good idea because it's like, well, 30% APY and on the BUSD, and it's like 50 or 60 for BTC. It's crazy how we running back to our ex Gale. This is streaming out stream. Price prediction for Pulse. I don't even know. It's going to be too many zeros. It's going to be a lot of zeros in the beginning. It's going to be, oh my God, I can't wait. It's going to be a lot like how Hourglass launched. Hourglass launched at 0. So it just went up and up and up and up and up and up. It's going to be wild because there's not going to be any liquidity. It's funny because when you have experience in things, when you have experience in things, you know how they're going to play out. Basically, there's going to be no liquidity, so there's not going to be any price. But the moment somebody adds some liquidity to it, it's going to have a price. The person that adds the liquidity sets the price. You know, so it's going to start at 0. It's going to start with a green candle. Price prediction for how long? You know, like price prediction. You know, I don't like price predictions, but you can't say what's your price prediction. Infinity. It depends on how long. You know, what's your time horizon? If Pulse can get their TVL proper, she'll moon without much push. What's up with Hourglass? 10K a day lottery. From last I checked. Would you say the same for Pundi X? I would say Pundy X is garbage. I wouldn't buy any Pundy X unless you already have some and it's like way low and you think you can get a double on it or something. Like, but I mean, I have some Pundy X, but I'm not buying any. To be honest, if this bull cycle continues like this, I would H-bar and every other coin to lift off. Do you think it's a wise strategy to have some USDC on the sideline for PulseChain launch to try and buy the dip? Yep, that's what I'm doing. Other than, buying Hex, what I've already done at the end of sacrifice phase. So this is what I did. You guys can, I know not for everybody, but I talk about a lot of stuff in my members. Like I talk about my strategy. I broke it down the other day. I moved everything. I was after the sacrifice phase. I started moving everything that was on Ethereum that I didn't really care about, spare ETH and stuff like that, pulling it into USDC for a snapshot. Now that I see Hex is recovering and it's reversing, I might start buying the dip. But I'm not going to spend all my USDC on it. I'm going to leave some for a snapshot. I don't think USDC are going to be worth $1 though on PulseChain, at least initially. They'll probably have their own value or something like that. They'll probably be like a penny or something. There'll be a coin called USDC, but they won't be pegged to $1. It's gonna be very interesting. What do you think of the EIP fork that is coming out today for Ethereum? Good news or bad news for PulseChain? I say good news for both. The bad news is it's not going to change anything out the gate. Like it's still going to be Ethereum, still going to suck. So Ethereum is not going to not suck until ETH 2.0 is complete. And that's going to be years from now. Man. T-share preservation for sure. Yeah, staking them longer. Even though like if I get a stake back that was from 500 days, when I stake it for 1,000, I still might not get the same amount of T-shares, but I'll get most of it. I'll get very close to it. Think 21 cent Hex by the weekend. Yeah. Also, how do we join your members? It's a link in the description. Yeah, by the weekend it could happen. What's today? That's a reach right there. Today's Wednesday. It could get there. It's got to go though. I wouldn't count on that. Pulse is merely free. Don't know how much cheaper you want. You're getting it from the source, not a counterparty. Yeah, so it's gonna be free. But what I think will happen is people will think about how much they sacrificed to get their Pulse. So if I sacrifice $1,000 for Pulse, for PulseChain, I'm not giving up my Pulse for less than $1,000. You see what I mean? So I think that's what's going to happen for a lot of people. What up, Darnell? What's up, Falcon Crypto? Dab Master J. What's up, Strange Tamer? Hex is going to $1. Think of the Hex stake payout at $1. Yeah, I don't want to think about that, man. Because then I got to think about my security a lot more. Better question, which coins will get you more Hex and Pulse? Bought some Hex in November and lost my time. Oh, man. I didn't want to read that. I got a limited budget trying to quit selling crack. Any suggestions? Take your cash, somehow get you a bank account. I know people that sell crack don't like bank accounts, but you're going to need your bank account and you're going to need to get that cash into crypto. I like Cash App, use Bitcoin, send the Bitcoin to, how could you get, well, really you could probably, you could probably skip Bitcoin. Now you probably go straight to MetaMask. I'm a people. What do you see as a stack during the sack period for a pulse bag? I don't know what you mean. More than you can afford to lose, I guess. Just like 2019, the top 50 coins about to change up. How much percentage? I mean, I gotta look at Hex as my yardstick. If Hex can do it, I'm gonna bet that Pulse can do it. Only problem with Pulse is there's no lockup like with Hex, but at the same time, there's not even that much Hex locked up. It's only like 9% last I checked. Let's check that. Let's use our computer screen. I could have just been like this the whole time, right? But let's check our, what was I about to look at? Oh yeah, how much Hex is locked? 9.6% staked. 17% sacrifice. That's crazy. And this is the T-share rate. This is how it always goes up. More so, well, not more than, oh, this is T-share per Hex. Oh no, that's dollars. That's dollars, right? Yeah. Yeah, 2,600 for one T-share. They started out at like $1, $3. What's your thoughts on the 13.5 billion that came in at the end for Pulse, or did you already discuss this? Didn't really discuss it too much. My thoughts, I think it's great. It's as far as what I think is going on, I think it's great. It's kind of like Hex. I want as little Pulse in our hands as possible, because that means we can't sell it if we don't have it all. Hex or USDC is the bear saver. You talking about Saint Laurent? We learned something new. Hold up. We still learn something every day, no matter how long the OGs have been in. Right. Total supply of circulating Hex is down to 3%. That's why it's pumping. Yeah. It's crazy. Let's look at it on Etherscan. Let's look at Hex. Well, address is going bad. I saw that dip though. I was like, oh man, the addresses, the holders are going down. It's pumping now. And I think it might have something to do with that Kitco interview. So let's look at the holders. Wow. SAC address has 19%. And that's at 16.3 million. The next largest holder has 0.5%. Wow. This is very decentralized. Yeah, and these guys, I mean, they all have very similar amounts, so you can imagine that they're probably the same entities. So these are, and it's not even that much really, 2 billion, 2.5 billion. I don't know, man. It's got a lot of pumpamentals coming in. But hey, this is not financial advice. Hope my buttons work now. Nope. I feel like Quick is super undervalued. Yeah, that's why I'm still holding mine. $100X is a walk in the park for Pulse. Yeah, from the bottom, from 0. DeAndre, 6. What you need to do is forget about Pulse. How much Pulse percentage? 4,000%. I wouldn't expect it on launch. For example, let's go to, I'm start doing this. Let's go to the chart here. And let's look at, this is the all-time chart for Hex. Talked about this the other day too. Go back in my videos, you know, dropped 80% for how many days? Over the span of pretty much a month. Imagine that. Imagine hodling through that while everyone is telling you Hex is a scam. It's impossible, though. It's impossible to hodl through that. It's impossible to say, you know what? I don't believe these guys. Unless you really know. I mean, like I did. Knew what was coming because I had been doing DeFi the entire time, right? So luckily for me, I was in DeFi before Hex. So 23 days straight down. Hex is a scam going down, right? So it might be a while before you see any gains. It might launch. It's going to launch with you in the red because it's going to launch at 0. So you already lost. It's got to get there. It's got to get to that whenever you sacrifice price. For the people at the beginning, it was 10,000 per $1. So plus whatever your volume was. This year, I'm learning how to move in and out on the fly and staying diversified between long-term quick flips and maintaining dry powder for crypto winter to live off of and fill in my winter bags. I agree. The only thing I would say different is just going into stable coins. I've been doing that this whole time since 65K. Massive stablecoin bags. Massive. I mean, considering what I started with. So you ain't even really got to do the flips. Just get the yield and put the yield in USDC on the up. All right, my guy just doesn't read my stuff. What'd you see? Oh yeah, I just catching up with chat. Yeah, I heard of YSL. Never enough monies. What's up, Pez Master Bizzle? I'm sure I have some H bar. I think I have some, or I used to. I caught the bottom of H bar. Go back on my videos. Well, it's on my members. The link's in the description for the members. To the person saying, how do I get Trey's membership? Click the link in the description. I believe it should be there. Let's see. Yep, bonus content. What's this snapshot you keep talking about? So snapshot is basically what's going to happen after PulseChain mainnet, where it's going to take a snapshot of the Ethereum blockchain, and everyone on the Ethereum blockchain is going to get a direct copy of everything on the PulseChain. We don't know when that snapshot date is. Probably in a few weeks. Reed Mac 77, appreciate the membership, bro. Enjoy the bonus content now. Go to it's a community tab and you'll see it there. Do you get Pulse token if you have meme coins on ETH? Yep. Everything, unless it's like something that he doesn't want on there, which isn't much. Probably Wise and Axion. Those two probably aren't going to be on there. I imagine those are the ones he's talking about. I don't know, but I just imagine that. Ain't no bad news. What's up, Crypto Journey? If USDC 10 cents on Pulse, full send. Right. And I'm wondering, like, how is that going to change? Because if I can get 10 cent USDC or a penny or whatever, can I bring that over to Ethereum and use it as a dollar? Like, yeah, we are live, Kevin. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, bro? Unless my stream just cut off. You tripping. Crypto is not the same without Trade Day. These other channels are poop emoji, straight rookies. Appreciate it, bro. Level 3, what do you think of RH just doubling hex by bridging P hex 1-to-1 so that price equalizes faster or nearly instantly? What do you think of Richard doubling hex by bridging P hex 1-to-1? Well, that's pretty much what I was just talking about. Like, yeah, what happens when that happens? 2 less than total supply. It's still not going to be much in the hands of everyone because people only have 9% of it, or the users, people other than the devs. You know, most people aren't holding it liquid. I mean, I would imagine most people aren't. Most people are probably staked. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the fool. Bridge is inevitable and necessary. Yeah, I heard there was a BSC being built. Bridge for Pulse. And the dev for Hourglass is doing it. Interesting concept that you brought up about PulseChain duplicating ERC20s and doubling the maximum supply. How's that going to affect overall? Yeah. How is that going to affect it overall? Are the developers going to say, you know what? Cut that shit off and cut it off and, you know, block it? Or is it going to, are they going to let it go and everything's going to double, everything on ETH is going to have double the supply of what it had? It's weird. Richard Hart's interview on Kitco was a must watch, very polished professional interview. Yeah, I watched it. I just talked about it here. Yeah, I would recommend watching it. I mean, if you know about Hex, you're not going to get much out of it. But if you don't know about Hex, he answers a lot of the, you know, scam questions, and kind of, I don't know if he's just a good salesman or if he's making just really good points, but he's basically just saying, why does everybody else get to get away with it? You know, I'm doing it transparently and in a more fair, better way, and I'm getting all the shit. It's like, it is kind of weird. What's up, Paula? What's your price target for this Hex upside move? Double, 30 cents. If we're talking 15 cents from the confirmation. You don't know. What's up, JD? Hex and Rising Sun will do huge numbers. I see what you did there. YouTube channel. I'm holding Pulse until the next bull run comes, 2025, 26. That's where it will shine. Then I might sell half. Yeah, like, I think we're chilling until the next halving. As far as cryptocurrency goes. So they're trying to figure out a strategy from hey, I saw Tone Vase. He just posted, he just went live saying, I'm 100%. He's been bearish this whole time, and now he just got long. I'm like, top indicator? Like, how can you be bullish on Bitcoin here? Like, what? It just made a new low, bro. It just made a swing low. I mean, it could. It could. I'm not gonna count on it. It's gotta get to 40,000. It's gotta get to 40,000. Bitcoin's gotta get to 40,000, 32 for us to say, oh yeah, it is reversing. But I talked about this Monday. I talked about this is the same pattern we just saw on Hex. I said it's gonna break out to the upside. It's the same thing. It's the easiest pattern. I just said that like 2 days ago. I love seeing these. So I'm like, oh, I just buy it. It's gonna eventually break up. It's most likely not gonna just keep on going. It could, but you know. But it's made a new low here. So I'm gonna readjust this line whenever it tops out. It'll probably be like this though. It'll probably be this. But if I draw it here, I could be wrong. So I need to wait until it gives me some red. Oh, you can't even see, my bad. There it is. So I need T in here. I got my button presser on his way. He being shipped. He's gonna be pressing my buttons. God, what's wrong with my thing, man? So yeah, these are very easy patterns. as some people say. Going down. It's probably going to break to the upside, just like Hex. So, yeah, he's bullish now. Yeah. Got it. Still trying to figure out a strategy for my winnings on Hourglass. I won the lottery a little bit ago. Where? That's what's up. How much was it? Declare them winnings. Yeah, I'm about to get back into it myself though. It's done quieted down. I wonder how many random players there are. There'll be some kind of lockup, I'm sure, for Hex, P-Hex, Pulse. Yield farming comes to mind. Yeah. I don't know though. I don't think he's into that stuff. We'll see. Because he doesn't give any incentive for Hex liquidity on Ethereum right now. There's no yield farm for Hex, and there's a ton of liquidity. But what I do think about too is encapsulated stakes or T-share trading. Imagine T-share trading. I mean, it's not hard to imagine because T-shares have a price. They're $2,000. You know what I mean? So interesting. Let's go back to that. It was T-share is 2,672. It's interesting because you can just ignore the Hex when you can trade T-shares, and T-shares I believe are deflationary. Tom Vase was bearish at 3K. Yeah, it's pretty hard to not be bearish when it's crashing though. I gotta give him that, man. It's hard. It's hard out here, man. Yeah, I got it. OBS, appreciate it. 10K. Yeah, everybody's saying 10K. BTT chart. Did you forget about us, Trey? We are here for you. What's up? All right. That's about it. Thanks for tuning in. I'm about to go play some video games. None of this was financial advice. And don't talk to me unless it's